Oh yeah. Oh my God, this is a good fish. All right, it didn't take too long. We got one. Feels like a reasonable one. Yeah, looks pretty good. Yeah, it's a good squid. Nice squid. Oh, he's only just hooked. Might get the net out. He's only just hooked. All right. Number one, first squid for the session. Nice squid there. I got that 3.0 super shallow. Nice size squid. So, welcome back, and I'm out for an afternoon session. So I've started the intro pretty late, but I've only just sort of looked around a few things, haven't seen too much. Now I've come for a bit of a squid, and probably 5 or 6 casts, and I've got one. All right, let's pop him back in the net and try and get some more. All right, he came from in this little bit of a bay in here. There's a bit of water up in there. Really working this jig quite hard. Quite shallow in there. There's been a bit of weed around. I've got weed on my jig a couple of times already. It's kind of annoying. It's a pretty good spot. We've got really shallow here, a bit of a bay, and then there's this rock coming up in here. So there we go, and another one right at the same spot. Just as I was trying to explain the structure I'm fishing here, but I've got, yeah, a rock here, and I've got another bit of rock here, and there's a bay in here, and obviously the squid is sitting up in this bay. So we've got number two. It's another good squid by looks of things. He's really got that down deep because I was explaining what I was doing. All right, another good one. Whoosh. All right, another good one. I got him pointing out to the side because he's definitely got a bit of ink in him. But another good squid, that one. 2 and 2. All right, we'll keep going. Just stand on the net there. Pump back into that zone like I was saying. Uh-oh. Oh no. Snagged the jig up. That's not good. This is where the squid had come from in this really shallow stuff here. Yeah, I really don't think I can get to this. Say goodbye to squid jig. No. Oh, come off. Yes. Excellent. All right, I'm probably in a bit deeper than I'd like to be in the structure here, but so a quick couple of casts across here. Really is super shallow here. Oh, that was a squid. He grabbed it but came off. Jig snarled up. I think that's what happened. I've had a little bit of a time of snarling up, but it should get him to bite again. That's a terrible cast. That's got him. Yep. Another good squid. Oh, he just wasn't hanging on enough. He was all over that though, I tell ya. Oh, squid swirled on it. Yep, got it. Yes, got it. Yes, look at that. Shallow water squidding at its finest. Kind of wish I had the drone right now, but I didn't charge the batteries up in time for the session. Because that is super shallow water where that squid got that. All right, this is really quite good. session again. He's only just hooked, so I'll quickly push the net underneath him. Yep, there we go. Number 3, this is really good. That's sort of 3 and 4 casts there. Oi! Lucky it's all water. I am in virtually no water here. It's just ridiculously shallow. The tide is running out, so I'll have to be careful here, but yeah, I have a couple more casts. I can't see any squid here. It's an afternoon, late sun, so it's a little bit tricky to see, but yeah, it's really, really shallow. Those fish were swirling when these squid were swirling when they were coming up on that squid jig, which is really cool. Tangle. Oh, big squid. Just come to a halt then, up in the real shallow stuff. Nice squid. All right, number 4. Going along pretty good. A little bit of a gap between the 3rd and the 4th, but not too long. Pump back in that spot. See if I can see if there's any more up in there. I think it was around there, around that rock sticking out, I think. Should have paid more attention, to be honest. Let's try a bit further down in case I was casting a bit down that way. I don't think I was, but yep, there we go. Another one. Whacked that jig real hard to get this one excited. This one's lunging a lot. Might be a better one, but I think it's just a smaller one. Yeah, not huge. Got 2 candles hanging on. Oh, he's not too bad. Another one. 5. 2 casts later. Now that one definitely came from over here. A few isolated bits of coral coming out a bit wider there. That could be why I got that last one out a bit wider. It might have been sitting on that little bit of isolated coral sitting out off the bank. Whoa, what was that? Probably just a mullet jumping, but I'm going to throw a squid jig in there anyway, just on the off chance it was a squid like lunging at something. You never know. I might zoom down this bank in a minute because I've got a bit of stuff that sticks out a little bit off the bank down there. I kind of like that on this lower tide. Sometimes fish is pretty good, so I'm kind of thinking of shooting down there. All right, might just fish it real super quick. Oh, there's one. And he looks like a good one. I think I've hooked him funny, I think. Oh, fully hooked him in the back. There you go. It's not often you hook them like that at all. Like, that is really unusual. But I'll take it. Yep, there's 2 there. Another one came up to the surface when I struck and got this one. I saw another one move away, so I've got a feeling I'm going to get more squid in this little zone here because I spooked another one when I got hooked this one. Nice squid, not huge, but I will take that and I will pump in there, and I'm pretty confident I should be able to pull another one. All right, I'll keep moving, so come off spot lock. The squid jigs tangle, I think. Yeah, and they pop out of the water like that really quickly. There's something going on. Kind of hate it when they do this, to be honest. It's just a bit of a riddle trying to undo it. There we go. Yep, there's another one right up in there. Cool. That's 7 or 8 now, I think. A little fella, this one. He's not that small, but he's not that big. All right, there you go. straight back in there. See if he's got a mate with him. Oh, what was that? Yep. Oh. Yep. Got him. Oh, he's jumping out of the water. That's cool. This is bigger than the first one. Definitely bigger than the first one. He grabbed that twice. Real subtle bite, that one actually. Oh, that's a cracking squid, that one. All right, that's the biggest one so far, I think. All right, beautiful, beautiful tiger there in that afternoon sunlight. So, as I said before, that 3.0 super shallow squid jig. So it's a bigger jig, but really lightweight, slow sinking. All right, let's pop him back in because I'm working over extremely shallow ground. A couple of spent barbies there, I'll get that undone. Now these super shallows are a different design as well. They're called a K jig. Over in Japan and all that, and sort of internationally, the K jigs are the most popular, but in Australia they haven't been overly popular. Now the difference is they've got a fin on the back to stabilize them in heavy current and stuff like that, but these super shallows, you don't have to worry about that too much because you're fishing them pretty shallow. But for me, what it does is it makes that jig dart from side to side a lot more, which I kind of like because that's half the fun, you know, with the squid jigging, is getting that fast darting action and watch that line take off as that jig starts to sink down. Hard to do that in really shallow water because obviously if you start jigging it too hard, it's going to come out of the water pretty quickly, especially when you're casting in like a few centimeters of water. But yeah, where it drops off a little bit, I really love, you know, imparting that action like this, you know, getting that jig dart side to side, and that really fires up those tigers that come flying in for it and just jump on it. All right, well, that was a pretty cool squid session. I'm pretty happy with that. Like late afternoon, beautiful afternoon out here. It's not supposed to be this good, but I sort of saw the wind and went, bugger it, I'm going to head out. It's supposed to be raining and windy today, and tomorrow's supposed to be pretty good, but they kind of swapped the forecast and changed it to a little bit windier tomorrow and a lot of rain. So I thought I'd sneak out in the afternoon while I could. Yeah, like I said, that little Yamashita Super Shallow 3.0 got the egging snap on there, 10-pound leader, P1 braid, sunline, and I've got my Blackwater Eggy 2 squid rod. So that's that specific squid rod designed to work a squid jig better. So it's a slower taper, more parabolic, more of the rod bends, so it gives you that better action. So rather than just the tip working, the whole rod's kind of working and getting the jig to dart from side to side better. So it's pretty cool. I'm hoping that the tide's going to be starting to come in. I'll have to check the time. Must be getting sort of 4:30ish, and I think it said Brisbane Bar 4:30 low tide. The bigger tide is the night tide, so the run in. So I'm really hoping that it's going to be, you know, starting to really come in when I go around there and chase some snapper. I kind of need that run to get the fish fired up. If it's really quite still and stagnant, well, it's probably not going to fish too good. So it's a 2.4 meter night tide. So that's a 1.78, I think, daytime tide. So that bigger tide's definitely at night. So when that starts to run in, it's really going to start to run in. I put in down at Vicky Point today. I didn't do an intro because I wasn't sure how today was going to go. But I put it at Vicky Point and I've come up to Peel here, and I kind of wish that I put it at Cleveland because I'm going to be running home right on dark. So it'd be not much easier if I was just going back to Cleveland rather than all the way down to Vicky Point, but that's okay. Hopefully I get that tide coming in, hopefully get some snapper to finish off the session, but pretty happy with that. I think 6 or 7 squid I'll have to count. It might be even be 8 pretty quickly. I've only really done it for about an hour, I reckon, at most, and only covered really 150 meters of bank and got all those squid. So pretty cool. Really is a great year for squidding, so really highly recommend getting out there and getting to these delicious squid. So all right, I'm going to put these in the live well, pump some water in, and start heading around, chase some snapper, and fingers crossed that tide's coming in, some bait moving around, and might get some squire. All right, let's go. All right, we've got the pump on. Shake the squid so they don't have any ink, hopefully, and drop them in. So, hey, come on, buddy. So, one. It's a 9 squid. That's a great little session, to be honest. Like, that's up there. 9 squid in that time is pretty damn good, I've got to say. I'm happy with that. So, we'll leave them in there alive, and you never know, we might find a big school of Jew or something. If they're not eating a lure, I'll drop a squid down and catch one that way if I have to. But yeah, cool. All right, off to the snappers, hopefully. All right, we're on to some fish here, big time. Oh, straight away, first cast. Oh, we've got to stop them because they're close to structure. Oh, yes. Woohoo! Nice. First cast. Big school of Jew, I reckon. Sure is. Nice big fish. Oh, yes. Gotta love that. First cast job. Oh, so strong. Oh, beautiful fish. Look at that. It's fantastic. Beautiful fish in that light. Yes, beautiful. Yes, first cast job. Gotta love that. All right, let's bring him in and get a bit of a look at him, eh? All right, sometimes when you go fishing, it all just comes together, and this is one of those occasions where you drive up to a spot, you have a look on the sounder, you find a bunch of fish, you cast your lure out, put the electric down, you hop it a few times, and then bang, you score a really nice Jewy. First cast, first couple of hops off the bottom. Lovely big fish. There's a really big school there. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that result. They really light up the old Jew in the sun. He's a nice fish, around 90 odd centimeters. That little 3.5 inch RT shad is an absolute corker. So that's our little 3.5 there. I'll deal with this Jew and I'll show you the lure in a second. All right, so he's 94 centimeter fish, really nice. That's my jig head. She's pretty bent open. I went really hard on that fish because I was initially worried about getting back in the structure, and then secondary, obviously, sharks can be a bit of a concern in the bay here, but I've landed that fish and there's no sharks around at all. There's a huge school of Jew there, so I'll put a different jig head on and I'll go back up and have another crack. Just keeping an eye on the sounder, make sure there's no sharks around, and if there's not, I'll have another crack and I'll try and bring the next one up slowly so it releases quite nice. I'll probably release it in the water so it's easy for the fish to release. But yeah, that's the Wakasagi colour there. Wakasagi is an absolute cracker. Beautiful colour. I got really clean water and really low current, so I went for as natural a presentation as I could, and I think that Wakasagi really does the job quite nicely. I've got 30-pound system shock fluorocarbon leader, and I'm running my Dobbins Champion Extreme 742 bait cast rod. Okay, now I've got AMZ P 2.5, so it's a 30-pound braid. Antares 70, still going strong, the old Antares, and Love that clicker drag and love how smooth this reel is. Love catching fish on this combo. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful combo. So light in the hand, so crisp. And it's good to get it bent on big fish like that one. So, all right, let's pop a different jig head on, and I'm gonna go Wakasagi again. I'm gonna get back up there and see if I can catch another one before the afternoon's out, and then start looking for some squire just on dark, hopefully. That'll really top the afternoon off. All right, let's go, see what we can do. What an afternoon, eh? We've got some clouds around, but plenty of sun. Beautiful conditions out there today. And catching some fish, some squid. It's great. All right, let's get back up there. Ooh, okay, it looks like we do have a shark on us now. Just one little one. All right, we've definitely got a shark on us now, so I probably should move away. Okay. See how we go here. I'm hoping to go that way. Hoping the tide is going to pick up and we'll start drifting that way very, very soon. We just topped the day off with a nice 50 centimeter reef edge BFS snappers. We've got something here, sweet lip, I think. What do we got? Yes, we do. Little grass A. It's a good sign. We've got a fish. Don't do that, don't do that. Okay, come on, buddy. Settle down. There you go. Beautiful little sweet. Sorry, buddy. Give you a headache. Sorry. He's twisting me plastic, little bugger. There you go. A few fish on us down here. Come on, baby. Let's go. A little bit more confident now. There's fish down there. See them all over the centre. They're just not eating. Yeah, this live well's making all sorts of weird noises. Yep. Oh, that's a good fish. Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. This is a good fish. I don't know what we got here. I don't think I'm going to land it. Holy crap. You can feel the weight on it straight away. Oh. Hopefully I can keep it away from the reef. I don't know if I can. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, there's a shark here as well. Wow, what a fish. I don't know what that was. That was too big for BFS. Oh crap. Quite a few fish on the sounder here, and the shark came through as well. It's done me at the leader knot, that fish. That I felt straight away the weight. I knew straight away that was a big fish and I was in trouble. There's a whole bunch of fish on the sounder here. All right, so that was in my 1630 with a Toledo Star Biwa Kelly tail on that BFS with 10-pound leader. It wasn't a snapper because it went straight back. It really knew to go back into the reef to bust me off. So I think it was maybe like a parrotfish or something like that. But it was quite heavy. You could feel straight away the weight of it. And I knew that was like a heavy, big fish. And geez, it had some speed on it, I tell you. That thing just did me like a dinner. Probably should have tried to get on top of it, but I don't know. It probably would have made no difference whatsoever at all. Like, it had so much weight, it felt like it was a juice, like a 90 centimeter juice sort of thing. It's that heavy. there's definitely some current here. I've hit spot lock and I'm definitely under some current here. There's some fish on the sounder, you know, underneath me and all that. I saw a shark when I was, well, just before I lost that fish, or just after I lost that fish. But that was a convincing loss, that one. It's quite funny, he's dragging a piece of weed around with it. I should be more upset, really. All right, so a little bit of surface activity then just there. It's in pretty shallow though. Just want this to scream off. 50 centimeter snap snap. Just grab it and run. That's what I want. I'm not going to get it, but that's what I want. Oh, I got a sweet lip, small one, I think. Yeah. Oh, it's a sand bass. Well, there you go. I think this is actually my first ever one of these. Never actually caught a sand bass before. That's cool. All right, so that's my first, come on, still there. My first ever sand bass. That's really cool. All right. Finally caught one. All right. I'm calling it there before it gets too dark. What a cool session. Pretty happy with that. Ticked all the boxes except for the snappers off the reef edge here, but a couple of sweet lip and obliterated by something giant, which is pretty cool. All right, I'm going to head off and yeah, I'll give you some images of driving back in this beautiful conditions, beautiful day. Sunsets over the horizon there. Can't really see it because of the clouds, unfortunately, but yeah, just gorgeous, gorgeous light, gorgeous afternoon. All right, pretty happy with that. I'll catch you next week. Cheers, guys.